Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Opening up the topics tonight we are. This is something I don't think I've ever talked about in detail. So, like I said, if it's a new topic, I find interest in it. This is going to be strange because this really is outside of what I usually talk about. But it's something I've thought about from time to time as a man who is not married, who has never been married, never even really been engaged. And I have a lot of those life thoughts. I know a lot of you are married, and we've had a discussion about like to get married, to not get married. Sure, we've had that discussion. But I don't think I've ever discussed prenups. If prenups are a good or a bad idea for a couple. I'm looking at this right now as a perfect example of why I think prenups are a good idea. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, apparently, he might have got cheated on by his wife. Apparently, if I'm to believe these reports, she not only was banging the chef, but she was banging the bodyguard. Yeah, that bodyguard was doing more to that body than guarding it. I mean, I don't know if it was both of them at the same time. Who knows? Maybe. But Steve Harvey, back in 2005, he was talking with Shannon Sharp, a sports guy, but he actually has Club Shay Shay. He talks to different people there. He's talking to Shannon Sharp about how in 2005, he only had $1,700 in his bank account. I always have more than that in my bank account. So that's shocking to me, because Steve Harvey, I think it wasn't he one of the not the Redneck tour, but the Kings of Comedy. He was one of the original Kings of Comedy. He talked about how that tour made him $30 million. And then he went from $30 million to $1,700. And Shannon asked, how did you go from $30 million to $1,700? And he said it's called a divorce. And that just made me stop in my tracks. And I was shocked when I heard that. A man can go from that much money to that much money, and it's called a divorce. And then I went to a channel, I think it was Manhood, where they went to it in detail, and they said that 70% of couples get divorced, and 80% of the time it's initiated by the woman. I'm not saying, there's not situations to where, let's say, a woman's getting beat on or something like that, to where, she definitely needs to, leave the man. But in a lot of situations, in most situations, when a woman leaves, it greatly benefits her financially. Especially in a situation like if you're married to a celebrity like Steve Harvey. I mean, that's a pathway to getting a lot of money. Just think about it. Like, it's very enticing for a woman to marry someone like a Steve Harvey, cheat on him. Well, this is like, I'm not talking about the Marjorie situation now, but in the past, I don't know the details of that situation. But Steve Harvey, I'm all over the place. My apologies. Let's just focus on what's going on right now. And I'll weave this into a conversation about prenups. Just using Steve Harvey as an example. Let's say he's with someone right now, this Marjorie person. He has spoken out against prenups. He said, if you have a plan B, how is plan A going to work? Meaning basically the thought, well, if you have a prenup, which is your plan B, how can you even put and devote everything into a marriage in the first place? The argument being, well, what's the point of getting married if there's a prenuptial? Basically, you're admitting that, okay, it's not going to last forever. We have doubts, we have questions. I mean, there's a point to that, I guess. But for a man specifically, for a man. It's truly horrific. Could you imagine building up an empire, building up $30 million? He was probably worth more than that. Building up all that money and then being down to $1,700 in your bank account. Now, there was circumstances to that 2005 situation. Basically, he owed 7 years back taxes because I think his wife at the time was in cahoots with his financial planner, and he was making these payments that were supposed to go to taxes, but they were not. Sorry, I went back to 2005 bit, but I just think that's a relevant point here to point out. Now, the funny thing about this is a lot of people are pointing that it's karma because Steve Harvey, he's had a varied career. He was, of course, comedian, funny guy. He was a comedian, and then he became the host of Family Feud. And then now he's some kind of a relationship guru. He's on these shows like The View, telling women exactly what they want to hear, that a man should worship them and all that kind of stuff. Which is funny because you know what happens when a man worships a woman? It's not what you think. It's not what you think. When a man worships a woman, more often than not, she winds up losing respect for him. It's kind of simpish to put a woman on a pedestal and to worship her. Worship a woman? Nah. You can love a woman. You can feel deeply fondly about a woman. You can take care of a woman, But to worship a woman? Nah. You don't ever worship a woman. I think it's a quick path for her actually to cheat on you because, I'm not going to explain women and how they are, but I'm not surprised she was banging the bodyguard and the other guy at all if this simp was worshiping her. So, excuse me one moment for that pause. I was trying to figure out the bit on Family Feud exactly. I can't remember exactly what the question was. It was something along the lines of, this is relevant. Stick with me here. Family Feud, his wife Marjorie was on there. And basically she embarrassed him in front of America. And he seems sidetracked. Taken aback by what happened. And if she's cheating on him, a lot of people are going to point to this bit in the Family Feud episode, where the question was, name something that you want that you're not getting from your husband, or something you would like in your marriage. I don't know. I wish I could remember. I can't remember exactly the question, but there was options there. Something that you want outside of your marriage that would make it better. And then Marjorie chimed in. A hot pool boy. And it was actually on there. Show me a hot pool boy, a young stud. There was actually something on there that a woman would want outside of her marriage. A young stud, or to make her marriage better. He was completely shocked. And it wasn't a situation where he was playing it off as a joke. No, he was actually just taken aback. Not only was he shocked that she said that, and she was smiling and whatnot, but it's probably what she was thinking. In that moment, you just realize, man, she's probably gonna fuck around on me. And she embarrassed him. That's the most embarrassing thing you could do to a man. If you're in a situation on a talk show, not talk show, but on a game show like that, and you say you want the pool boy after that episode of Family Feud. After that episode of Family Feud, I would pull her to the side. I would make sure she knew that she was on thin ice. He probably didn't. He's a fucking simp. But I would explain to her how she is never to say any shit like that in public ever again. As deeply disrespectful. Because what if it's like, the man flipped around? It wouldn't be laughing. What if he was there? And she was asking the question. And he said, hot bikini model. Yeah. She wouldn't like that. She'd be asking follow-up questions like, whoa, you gonna cheat on me now? Yeah, but because it's the female, it's perfectly fine. But just think, you're in a situation where you're Steve fucking Harvey. You're a celebrity. You're big time. And you're gonna allow your woman to talk to you like that? Nah. I even heard once on one of these channels talking about it that they were out in public and somebody wanted to take a picture with them. And Steve said, "You have to ask my wife for permission to take the picture." Man, let me tell you, he doesn't apparently know anything about women. This is so funny. So funny. She's going to have zero respect for you. And I truly think that's what opens up the pathway to a woman cheating on you. When she loses respect for you. When she no longer sees you as her man, the man, a man. When she puts your fuzzy nuts in her purse, then she loses respect for you. And that opens up the possibility that another man's gonna, be having some fun with your woman. I mean, that's what I feel. I might be wrong. I'm not gonna say that I'm a relationship guru, but the funny thing is Steve Harvey is supposedly this relationship guru, and he's sitting there with all these women, telling them what they want to hear, saying prenup is a bad idea, all this stuff. I hope he doesn't believe that shit. Maybe he's just doing it for his brand or whatever. But I'll tell you right now, once a woman loses respect for you, that's when she starts openly flirting with other guys in front of you. That's when she starts the process of thinking she's gonna, if not leave you, run around on you because, she wants a man. Make no mistake. Women want men. They don't want weak, simpish boys. They want men that have stayed consistent throughout the generations. Yeah. You ever seen like a fat, out of shape guy with a big beard, and he's with a hot, smoking hot woman? And you're thinking, how did he get her? It's because maybe, just maybe, he's a fucking man. Women respond to men. Okay? Just remember this, fellas. Single fellas, women respond to men. I mean, you don't have to be like The Rock or Vin Diesel or whatever, but at least try to be a man. And the minute you revel in your masculinity, that is when you will see women paying attention to you. Right? Yeah, it's a little all over the place, but prenups. If I didn't mention, I think they're a good idea. They're a good idea. I'm not going to go into how you could get you one or try to bring that up in the situation with who you're with, but I think you don't want to go into a situation where you don't have a prenup, because even if you're not rich and famous or whatever, who's to say in the middle of your marriage you blow up and you start making a lot of money? Then the female has more incentive to divorce you and get half your shit. You get that prenup, you protect yourself. And I personally, what I would do is I would pitch it to the female also. I would say, listen, I want us both to be protected in the terrible event that, we choose that, our hearts are not connected anymore. I would say, you never know. You can never predict the future. We live in the moment. We live in the now. But if there's ever a moment in the future where our hearts aren't as connected as they are right now, you can even be sweet about it. Say some sweet flower lace. If our hearts are not connected as they are right now, if one of us goes on to become rich and famous, could be me, could be you. I would hate to be a situation to where we would divorce. I don't know. I seriously, I don't know the perfect way to bring that up. I don't got to worry about it because I'm probably a little ways off from any possibility of getting married myself. But it's something that every single man has to think about and come to a decision on. Because I think if you don't get a prenup, then you're just leading yourself to the slaughter. You could literally be Steve fucking Harvey and only have $1,700 in your bank account. That is a scary thought.